This is life in Manor Apartments. 6 months after the builders arrived. This is the noise we're putting up with on Friday afternoon. Some kind of chasing out is going on in the block. It's the noisy period. They're allowed to drill, but the noise is absolutely unbelievable. This Friday afternoon in Manor Apartments. Stone Force, who are doing the work, one or two of them think it's hugely amusing, the noise. That's the office, and there's still nothing we can do about the noise. I'm taking you round the back to the hall end, which is still working. This is the noise from the stairwell of Manor Apartments. That's the hoist. That's the hoist with its motto, "The only way is the way up." One or two of these workmen think it's hugely amusing what we have to put up with here after 25 weeks of occupation by Bruce Ritchie, owner of residential land, and Stone Force and the various gangmasters, Polish gangmasters who work for Bruce Ritchie. It's been hell on earth today, absolute hell on earth. My neighbours, who were afraid in the beginning to say anything, have been screaming from their windows about the level of noise. There's nothing we can do, there's no legal redress, there's absolutely nothing can be done. That's one of the men who think it's hugely funny. And there's still nothing we can do. That's the way up on the Abbey Road. The public is supported, but there's no legal redress. There's nothing we can do. When Adrim arrived this morning to put in the pipe that has to run from this meter to my boiler, the work couldn't be done and they were turned away. That's the pipe, that's my meter, that pipe runs to the mains. A similar pipe, that was allowed through by Bruce Ritchie, but the pipe that's needed, a similar pipe, to run from the meter to my boiler hasn't been allowed this morning. That has to pass through my flat. It has to negotiate 2 doorways, and the security windows has to go through my back door, negotiate the back door, the donjon, plus the security window, to go through to the bathroom, to go through to the spare toilet, the window of which has been removed, where the extractor fans are. This would cause massive disruption in my flat. Yet Adrim were turned away this morning by Pat Etherson on behalf of residential land for political reasons, to bring the protest down yet again. That pipe is not being laid in my flat. If I manage on my 2 Dimplex radiators, then I will. That pipe is being laid outside this block from my meter to the boiler, which is just behind it, approximately 1 foot away from it. I'm still connected to the communal hot water tank downstairs, and until I'm freed from it, there's no pressure in my kitchen hot water supply, and the pressure there is not enough to drive my boiler, so this pipe has to be inserted either inside or out to increase the pressure, remove me from the communal hot water boiler and make me independent of the boiler downstairs, and allow my central heating to be run, which at the moment cannot be switched on. It's bedlam here. 25 weeks later, it's still bedlam. This is how we're having to live. There's nothing can be done. There's no legal redress, and no one cares. No one gives a damn about the tenants and the flat owners, the residents that live here. We all are pushed to the wall so that Bruce can make his millions, Bruce Ritchie, from residential land. I'm tired, everyone's tired, and there's nothing we can do. The work, I think we've still got another 8 weeks or 9 weeks of this, and nothing can be done. I'm very sad, I'm very distressed. They come on Saturday morning now, and there's absolutely nothing I can do. I desperately need Saturday to rest from this chaos, and I can't. They wake me up at 7. These two workers are very pleasant guys and do their best to try to cheer me up. But apart from the 1 or 2 men, there's absolutely nothing can be done. Where I put my water bottle, there was a huge goblet of spit. Some of the decorators here, who work for Stoneforce, seem to have a problem with the protest, and I can't put anything down on the ground anymore. When I come in on Saturday afternoon, I'm not fit for anything. I'm tired, I'm worn out. I just want the time to be with my cats, who miss me during the week. I never thought it would go on for this long. Never. That's the site, and there's nothing can be done. This skip is emptied every day. A lovely Japanese couple came today looking for the last remaining flat. I hope they buy it, or the delightful people in flat 5 who want to buy it. All I want is Bruce Ritchie to be gone, and residential land with him. I want the peace in my life to find my life again, to find where I left off before this nightmare began. No one is bringing this protest down anymore. I've ordered a new placard here until the last man and the last van have gone. That's my friend Justine, who has helped me to sort my flat out. And here is the protest outside Manor Apartments. 25 weeks of demolition drilling. And this is all we can do. All we can do is protest and rely on the public to help us. And there are some delightful people around here. Brian Blanchard at the Blue House there passes on Friday. He always cheers me up. There are 2 people, the caretaker across the road from Ellis Franklin hates the protest, but he's stopped actually activating people against it. He leaves me alone, which is the best I can hope for. Indifference is the least we have to fear from man or beast. There are 2 people in Blenheim Terrace prepared to take out a judicial review against residential land, should the penthouse permission be given by the council. I have no trust in Westminster Council. they probably will give that planning permission to Bruce Ritchie, because they've backed him all the way so far since June 2006. He's got away with murder here, and there's been nothing, no one there for us, and nothing we can do. Normally there can be 12 vehicles on the forecourt at the front, plus the ones at the side before the haulette arrived, plus the vehicles at the back. The actual footfall in this block is tremendous. Sometimes 40, upward of 40. Sometimes it's more 60 men in the block. It's like an army on the march when they arrive in the morning at 7. They start work at 8. But it's a cruel, cruel thing to come on Saturday after everything that we go through during the week. We need those 2 days to recover from all of this. They arrive at 7 on Saturday. Last Saturday, a huge group of workmen in a red van woke me up at 7 o'clock on Saturday. And from then on, until I actually went out, it was negotiating, ducking and diving the various lots of noise. On Monday, it's 26 weeks since Stoneforce arrived. By the time they go, we'll be into December. There's snow forecast in October for London, and all we can do is appeal to the public in passing, to the cars on the Abbey Road, in the hope that someone somewhere can do something for us to help with this terrible problem. These are the lime trees. This is what I should be doing. Writing about the lime trees, not writing about the building industry, and certainly not Bruce Ritchie. And even up to this point, 7 years later, he will not let me go. He will not let me go and let me live my life in peace. That pipe will be laid outside if it's the last thing I do in this block. It's not coming inside. There's no more disruption for my cats being allowed. So they better sort themselves out. Stoneforce, residential land, Granger and Adren, because I've had enough. I want to get back to my life. I want to write again. I want to find where the turning that I took that led me to this place. A place where I seem not to belong anymore. Dean from across the road, from BBC London, has promised to try and help, but whether anything will come of it is hard to tell. There's no Rob the barrister to help out and walk up and down with my placard waving it. There's no humour anymore in my life. There's just this hand-to-hand fighting, with only Barry and Justine to turn to.